शङ्करांश भूम शङ्करार्यपीठसद्गुरुन् शुद्धसत्त्वभासुरान् सुवर्त्मनीतभूसुरान् सर्वभूतसौख्यदान् क्षमाकरान् यतीश्वरा।
शङ्करार्याय धीमते धृतशक्तये नमोऽस्तद्वैतसिद्धान्तस्थापनोपात्तमूर्तये श्रीगुरुचरणद्वन्द्वम् देहं मथितदुस्सहद्वन्द्वम् भ्रान्तिग्रहोपशान्तिम् त्वां सुमयं यस्य भजितमातनुते। So we are in the shloka number 81. So in the earlier shloka, we saw that Brahman alone appears as the whole universe. Brahman alone appears as the Guru, the Shishya, the teaching, everything is Brahman alone. So Brahman alone also appears as the various deities like Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, etc., etc. So there is nothing other than Brahman. That was stated in the shloka number 18. Now, in the next shloka, the Acharya raises a question, a kind of statement he makes. Idanim Brahmaiva Jagat Vivartat Rupena Bhasate Jagat Tad Vinnam Nasti Truktam Tatra Keshanchit Avivekinam Jagat Satyam Brahmanaha Vinnam iti Bhanam Janmamarana Paramparayai Bhavati Tyaha. So it has been stated that Brahman alone is there. The whole universe or creation is Brahman alone in that form. Appearing in that form, just like the rope appears as a snake. So in the same way, Brahman alone appears as the whole creation. So naturally, the creation does not have an existence apart from Brahman. So if that is while that is the case, there are some people who think that the creation that we experience or see, the whole world that we see of varieties, is actually real, absolutely real, and it is distinct from Brahman. So that is the perception or the conclusion of the Dvaitins. That is, all Dvaitins apart from Advaitins, all the dualistic schools of various shades, they hold this same doctrinal point as very, very important, that Brahman is distinct and the world is distinct, and the world has a reality, absolute reality, distinct from Brahman. So this is the case. And this Acharya now says that such a view is conducive to bondage alone, perpetuation of bondage alone, and nothing but that. So that is stated in this shloka. Satyam jagaditi bhanam samsritaye syad apakvachittanam tasmat asatyametan nikhilam pratipadayanti nigamantaha. Satyam jagatiti bhanam, the perception or the thinking that the world is real, absolutely real, is samsritaye syad apakvachittanam. And this kind of view is held by those who are of an immature intellect. Only such people hold this view, and it is surely conducive to bondage, samsriti, samsara. Therefore, the Upanishads deny that kind of a view and establish or teach that all this creation is definitely unreal. So this Upanishads teaching is that alone, and the teaching of the Upanishad alone is summarized in that famous shloka, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. So that Jagan Mithya is one of the important declarations of the Upanishads. So in the commentary, the Acharya says, Satyam Jagatiti Bhanam Jagadapi Brahmanaha Pratak Sadrupamiti Jnanam Apakvachittanam Advaita Bhavana Rahit Pranam Samsritaye Janma Marana Paramparaye Eva Syat Bhavati. So the idea that the world is real, absolutely real, is held by those who are of low intellect and for whom the Guru's blessings are not available. The Guru's blessings has not uh, descended on such people. So such people hold this view. And definitely such a view is conducive to samsara alone. And the Acharya now, he cites a passage from the Taittiriya Upanishad, which says that even a small difference between ourselves and Brahman, or between ourselves and or between Brahman and the world, is conducive of fear, that it generates fear, or it begets fear alone. So fear is, samsara is the fear. Death is the fear. Yada hyevaisha etasmin udaramantaram kurute atatasya bhayam bhavati. So this is the statement of the Brahmananda Valli of the Taittiriya Upanishad. What it says is, Yada hi eva eshaha etasmin udaram antaram kurute. If this aspirant, or if this person, or this man, perceives even a little of difference, udaram, it's not stomach. Normally the word udaram is stomach, but here the word udaram is a sandhi, is a combination of two words, uta and aram. So uta means api also, and aram means difference. So even a little difference, aram is little. So api is, uta is api, and aram is little. So even a little of antaram is difference. So even a little of difference is maintained or is perceived between oneself and Brahman. Of course, in that context, it's oneself and Brahman, or between Brahman and the world, then fear is definitely there for a person. What is the fear? Fear is samsara. Samsara is naturally birth and death. That is samsara. So, udaramantaram kurute atatasya bhayam bhavati iti shrutehe. Tasmat bhayakaranatva hetoho tat tadidam nikhilam jagate asate brahmano abhinnam iti nigamantaha upanishadaha pratipadayanti bodayanti. So therefore, since difference is conducive to fear, the Upanishads declare that the entire creation or the entire world is asat, non-existent or unreal. Brahmano abhinnam. It is non-different from Brahman. See, when such statements are made, some can raise a question that, okay, you are saying that the Jagat is non-different from Brahman. Since Brahman is absolutely real, the world is also not absolutely real. So that kind of a question can arise when a person hears this kind of a statement that the world is non-different from Brahman. But then here, in such cases where this word non-difference is used, the meaning has to be very clearly known by us. So the meaning is that the world, when it is said that it is non-different from Brahman, what is meant is this world does not have an existence apart from Brahman. In the sense, when we look at the analogy, we will be able to easily understand this. The analogy is the superimposed snake does not have an existence apart from the rope that is a substratum. Actually, what is existent there is the rope alone, but then this person who has contacted the rope, no doubt, but then due to certain defects, he is not able to perceive it as a rope. So he concludes that it is a snake. So the superimposed snake there, instead of saying the rope is there, he is saying the snake is there. So the easiness which is attributed to the snake is actually borrowed from the rope alone. So without knowing that he is wrongly transferring the easiness of the rope onto the snake that he has concocted, he says that there is a snake here. So in this light, we have to understand statements like the world is non-different from Brahman, or the jiva is non-different from Brahman, and all that has to be have to be understood in this manner, that it does not have an existence apart from the substratum Brahman. Abhinamiti, Nigamanta is Nigama is Veda, Anta is Vedanta, Upanishadaha, Tad Pratipadayanti, Bodayanti. So the Upanishads teach us very clearly that the world is unreal. Idanim Vishuddha Adhikarinam Sarvam Brahmaiveti Vedaha Bodayati Tyaha. So for those aspirants who are mature, who have all the facilities to know the truth, who are prepared and they are ready to receive the truth, for such persons, the Veda teaches that everything is Brahman alone. Paripakva Manasanam Purusha Varanam Puratanai Sukritaihi Brahmaivedam Sarvam Jagadidi Bhuyaha Prabodayant Yeshaha. Paripakva Manasanam, those who are of matured intellect, Purusha Varanam, they are foremost among the aspirants. Puratanihi Sukritaihi, how they have become matured, because it is because of their earlier Sukrita, Punya. So Puratanihi Sukritaihi, Brahmaiva idam sarvam jagaditi bhuyaha prabodayati yeshaha Vedaha. So this Veda is teaching such people, it is addressing those people by saying that the whole world is Brahman alone. So here also, when we hear this statement, there can be there's possibility of a mistake here also. When you say that this world is Brahman alone, okay, Brahman is Sattva, Chitta, Ananda, and it is eternal. So this world is also real, eternal, and all that. So here also we have to be careful in interpreting such statements or understanding such statements. Paripakva Manasanam iti. Paripakva Manasanam Shravana Mananadibihi Sthita Prajnanam Purusha Varanam Utkrishta Adhikarinam Puratanaihi Prachina Janma Sampaditaihi Sukritaihi Punya Bharaihi Hetubihi. So here, how they have come to be of matured intellect and how they are stated to be of an exalted nature, Purusha Varana. So how they come to this kind of a situation. It is the shloka says that it is because of their Purva Punya. And when we look at these words like Purva Punya and all that, we have to remember the Brahmananika statement. Brahmanaha vividishanti yajnena danena tapasa anashakena. So, itam vedanvachanena brahmana vividishanti yajnena danena tapasa anashakena. That statement of the Brahmananika Upanishad says that by study of the Brahman, study of Veda, of course, Veda has got a name Brahman also. So by study of the Veda, then by performing the duties ordained by the Veda to each person, that is Yajna, Dana, and Tapas, etc. Yajna is offering oblations to gods. Then Dana is giving away gifts to worthy persons, deserving persons. Then Tapas is austerities like fasting or going to pilgrimage centers with a lot of austerities and all that. So these kind of things are called tapas. So by performing these things, this kind of activities which are ordained by the Veda, combined with study of the Veda, a person gets to the seeking of Brahman knowledge. So the seeking of knowledge, jignasa of Brahman, is generated by this kind of activities. That's what that Brihadaraniyaka Upanishad says. And Bhagavad Pada also has stated in many places in the Upanishads, the Bhashyas, that a person comes under the grace of the Guru because of his Pura Punya. And Punya is definitely Punya Karma like this. So, Paripakva Manasanam Shravana Mananadibihi Sthita Prajnanam. So, how their mind has become very, very sharp and pure, it is because of Shravana, Manana, etc. That is Nidhityasana. Sthita Prajnanam. So, they have got a firm conviction about the truth. Purusha Varanam, Utkrishta Adhikarinam, they are foremost aspirants. Then, for them, how they have come to this state Puratanaihi, Prachina Janma Sampaditaihi, Sukritaihi, Punya Bharaihi, Hetu Bharaihi. So they have got lots and lots of punya. That's why in the Vid.V.Subramanian also in the beginning, what it says is Muktirno Shatakoti Janma Sukritai Punyairvina Labhyate. So the kind of entry into the Vedantic sadhana and progressing there and attaining the logical end of it successfully is all because of Pura Punya. So that's what the sloka also says there. Punya Bharehi. So they have got lot. Bhara is weight. So they have got lot weighty punya they have got. Bharehi, Hetubihi, Brahmatma, Bhavana Yuktanam, Yeshaha Vedaha, Upanishad Atmakaha, Sakala Bheda, Sakala Meta Jagate, Brahmaiva iti Pratibodhayati. So for such a person, the Adhikari, aspirant, the Veda declares that this world or this creation is Brahman alone. Bhuyaha Bahuda. So in many statements, it says this. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma is one example given here. We've got so many other things like Atme Vedam Sarvam, Brahma Vedam Sarvam, Neha Nanasti Kinchana, etc. etc. Sarvam Idam Sarvam Brahma Kalo. Brahma Kalo. So that is Idam means everything that is being experienced. And in the category of everything that is being experienced, we have got two subcategories. That is, one is the manifest world that is experienced by us through our senses, and the other one is unmanifest world, that is the stages of evolution of the world prior to the physical world that we are encountering or which we are experiencing through our senses. So that is another category which is unseen. That can be categorized as unmanifest or unknown. So this is known world and that is unknown world. And here also in the perceived world also we have got another category, that is the category of the world or the part of the creation that is not visible to us or which is not available to us to our senses. So like for example, the other lokas like Swarga, Brahmaloka and all that, or the Patala and all that, they are not available for our perception, that is sense perception, pratyaksha. It is not available for pratyaksha. So we come to know of them through the Ubheda only. So we have got so many categories within the perceived world or within the objective world. So in the main category is the subject who is the Atma, and the other one is the object, that is the Anatma, which consists of the body-mind complex also. And within that Anatma, we have got these categories like Avyakta, Vyakta, and Lokantara and all that. So all this creation is entirely Brahman alone. That's what the Upanishads say. And we have to understand it in this way. All this world is a transfiguration of Brahman, Vivarta of Brahman, just like the snake is a Vivarta of the rope, that is the Adhisthana Satyam, Tattvam. So moving on to the next shloka. Idanim Vishuddhadikarinam Sarvam Brahmaiva iti Bodaha Nano Advayam Brahmaiva Bhati Vedantascha Pratibadayanti Tarihi Sarvesham Tatha Kuto Na Abhavasat. So now we have been taught that the non-dual Brahman alone is shining through all objects, through all experiences, and Vedantascha Pratibadayanti. The Upanishads also say this only, declare this only very clearly. When such is the case, why is that everyone is not able to kuto tarhi sarvesham tatha kutaha na avabhasate? Why do not everyone why is it that everyone is not able to realize this truth? So for that this shloka is there for that. Anabhagata kanchananam bhushanadhirev bhushane haime evam aviveka bhajam jagati jananam na tatviki dhishana. So he is replying this question with an analogy. So he says, those who have not known the material cause, that is the gold, for them, the perception is only the ornament. So even in a golden ornament, they see only the ornament part of it, but not the gold part of it. That is, their focus is on the ornament part only, not on the gold part, that is the material cause. Evam aviveka bhajam jagati jananam na tatviki dishana. In this same manner, for those who are not mature, they see the world alone and not Brahman. And they see the world alone as real. A lot of Vedanta is involved in this. Chandogya Upanishad, the 6th chapter, will come to play here. So there, the Upanishad says that the clay and the clay products, gold and gold products, iron and iron products, there, the products, as products, they are not real. As products which have names and forms and utility, etc., they are not absolutely real. The truth or real in them is the material cause alone. So, Mritike Tyeva Satyam, Lohamityeva Satyam, or Suvarnamityeva Satyam. So, this is the statement of the Upanishad. So, Anavagata Kanchananam iti. Kanchanam is gold. Anavagata Kanchananam Suvarna Ajnanavatam Aime Bhushane, in gold ornament, Suvarna Pariname Bhushane Alankare Bhushana Dhireva Alankara Buddhireva Yatha Suvarna Anatirikte Api Suvarna Buddhihi Nasti Evam Jagati Asmin Loke Aviveka Bhajam Tatvika Buddhi Rahitanam Jananam Manushyanam Tatviki Brahmaivedam Sarvam Ityevam Rupa Dishana Na Bhavati Tirtaha. So the Upanishads, they don't interfere in our day-to-day lives of considering gold ornaments as real or using them for various purposes and all that. It doesn't interfere at all. Only for a person who is intent on knowing the truth, the Upanishads step in and show him the truth and lead him towards the truth. That is the beauty of the Upanishads. So in worldly vyavahara, if you are immersed there, okay, you continue to be there. But then you just wait for your good luck of good fortune of getting this the jignasa of the truth. So till then you will have to be wallowing in that samsara only. But then you will have to simply wait. Your punya is not enough. So that's what we saw in the previous verses also. So anavagata kanchananam, those who have not known the gold, that is, those who have not known the causal element there, which is gold. In the sense, they have known that it is a golden ornament. They also say that, but then they are not focusing. They are not focusing their mind on that gold part of it. So anavagata kanchananam suvarna ajnanavatam. They don't know that it is that the material cause is something which is real there. That's what is meant here. Aime bhushane, in an golden ornament. Suvarna pariname, which is the transformation of gold. Bhushane alankare. Bhushana means alankara. Then bhushana dhireva, for them, they perceive only the ornament part of it. Alankara buddhireva yatha suvarna anatirikte api. Even though the ornament is inseparable or inseparate, non-separate from the gold, suvarna buddhir nasti. They don't have the idea that it is a gold. It is gold alone. Evam jagati asmin lok, in this world, with reference to the world also, aviveka bhajam tatvika buddhi rahitanam. For those who do not have the intent to know the truth behind the world, for such people, jananam, manushyanam, brahmaivedam sarvam ityevam rupa dishana na bhavati tirtaha. For such people, the realization of the truth that all this is Brahman alone does not arise at all. So that is the message of this sloka. Then another aspect of this is being stated here. Idanim evam advayam brahma aparokshameva sat avivekibihi parokshamiva pratiyate ityaha. Now, even though the non-dual Brahman is directly experienced by everyone, still, for want of discrimination, viveka, it appears as though it is mediate, or it is different, or it is far away from them. So, idanim evam advayam brahma aparokshameva sate. Advayam brahma, that non-dual Brahman, is one's own self. It is immediate. That is, it is there is no distinction between him and Brahman. So that way, his true nature, his essence is Brahman alone. Aparokshameva sate. Even though that is the fact, still, because of, for want of discriminative knowledge or discriminatory intellect or insight, parokshamiva pratiyate ityaha. The Brahman is experienced as though it is distinct from oneself. So the shloka says, ahamalambana siddham kasya paroksham bhavedidam brahma tadapi vichara vihinaihi aparokshayitam na shakyate mugdaihi. Ahamalambana siddham. This shloka is very beautiful. Ahamalambana siddham kasya paroksham bhavedidam brahma. This Brahman, which is the foundation of the idea aham, I, that is the fact. When such is the case, how can this Brahman become distinct from him, or different from him, or far away from such a person at all? So Brahman is already one's true nature. It can never ever be different from him or far away from him. So that is the statement made. Tadapi vichara vihinaihi. Even though such is the case, for those who are devoid of vichara, that is discriminative insight, for such people, aparokshayitum na shakyate mugdaihi. So for some, those who are deluded, this Brahman is impossible to be directly realized. So even though it is so close or so one's own self alone, still it is as though very, very far away. Alambana siddham iti. Aham alambana siddham api siddham aham asmi aham janami ityevam prakarakaha anubhavaha tena siddham prasiddham sarvamanusheshu kasya purushasya idam brahma paroksham bhavet na kasyapi. So aham alambana siddham is very, very important. Bhagavat Pada also in the Sutra Bhashya, in the beginning itself, he says that sarvohi atmastitvam pratyeti na nahamasmiti. So everyone experiences and declares also that I exist or I am. No one says that I don't exist. So that is a beautiful statement there. So here also, that's the heart of the statement is captured here. Aham alambana siddham aham asmi aham janami. So these experiences are there for everyone without being taught. I exist and I know. So these things need not be taught to any person. Such things are very, very natural for any person, even for a child. Aham asmi aham janami ityevam prakarakaha anubhavaha. This experience, tena siddham. Through this experience, what is very clearly established is that the foundation or the basis for this aham asmi and aham janami is that Brahman alone, that pure consciousness Brahman alone. And the beauty is that this aham asmi aham janami, this experience is common across genders, across castes or jati or whatever. So it is common for everyone. There is no gender differences and all this in the experience aham asmi aham janami. That is the beauty. So aham asmi aham janami, that also shows that this gender, the body or the caste or whatever, birth and all that is only a superimposition. It is not natural to the Atman. So aham asmi aham janami evam prakarakaha anubhavaha tena siddham. So this Brahman is established through this kind of experience. So we don't have to look for experience of Brahman outside. From this experience of I exist and I know, from this itself we can conclude that Brahman is the foundation for this, and our true nature is that alone. Prasiddham sarvamanusheshu. In everyone this is there. Very popularly it is experienced. Kasya purushasya idam brahma paroksham bhavet na kasyapi. For whom alone this Brahman can be far removed at all. So that is not possible at all, because the fact is that one is already Brahman. Tadapi evam aparokshamapi shruti vichara vihinaihi Shrutyartha Parisheelana Viduraihi Mugdaihi Ajnana Avritaihi Brahma Aparokshaitam Sakshatkartum Na Shakyate Vichara Vihinatvariti Bhavaha. So even though Brahman is so close, yet for those who are devoid of the discriminatory insight, and that discriminatory insight also is born of the contact or the exposure to the Veda and the teachings of the Acharya, Shruti Vichara Vihinaihi, Shrutyartha Parisheelana Viduraihi, those who have not attempted the inquiry of Brahman on the basis of the teachings of the Shruti and Acharya, Mugdaihi, and they are deluded, Ajnana Avritaihi, Brahma Aparokshaitam Sakshatkartum Na Shakyate. Brahman cannot be realized as one's own self. And these are the people who are devoid of vichara. Okay, so we will end this session here. Shri Guru Charana Dvandvam Vandeham Matita Dussahadvandvam Granti Grahopashantim Pam Sumayam Yasya Basitam Atanute Shastram Sharirami Mamsa Devastu Parameshwaraha Acharya Shankaracharya Santume Janma Janmani Vinaya Sampannam Vitaragam Vivekinam Vande Vedanta Tattvagnam Vidushekara Bharati. Om.